And for theater aficionados, coming up next, the Tailor Made Man will make a debut at the PJ Live Arts, and it was quoted to be the most extensive show ever done. Join Joseph and the cast from Tailor Made in a mysterious adventure through a series of dreams. Stay tuned.
To the breakfast show, the show worth waking up for. Now, Tailor Made Man. Just hearing that title, you know, it's the first thing that comes to my mind. Beautiful clothes.
Absolutely. Beautiful clothes and a very dreamy, creative landscape. All the things that come to mind. And I heard that this is the biggest production that PJ Live Arts has done. 126 cast and crew.
Wow.
That's impressive.
100 and what?
26. 126.
126.
Imagine that. All in one place at the PJ Live Arts Center. And we're going to have some people on set right now to tell us a little bit more about it. We've got none other than Thasha Gunasilan, who is the director of Tailor Made Man, as well as Justin Oi Han Wan, the lead actor for Tailor Made, as well as Darren Yo, main cast of Tailor Made, and Jason Ding, the writer and director of Tailor Made Man as well.
Good morning. Thank you for coming to the show. And look at you all. Yes. Look at you. Beautiful.
Love the clothes. It's like a sartorial expedition right here.
And look at the photo. Now, is this the official, like, you know, poster and image for the production? Yeah.
It's not the official poster, but it's something that we did, a fun thing we did along the way, and thought make it into a picture.
Yeah, this is not just a standard little cheap flat. This is actually canvas, like printed on canvas and then put on a proper wood frame. They've spared no expense for this.
It is amazing. Looks gorgeous. Now, what is the story behind Tailor Made Man? Because it's not just about, you know, beautiful clothes. There is more to it. So could you share with us more about it?
It's about a dreamer, and you know, when we dream about something, normally we go through certain you know, obstacles and circumstances, and he goes through quite a bit, betrayal, and he was cheated on and lied upon, but in the end the dream does come true, and it was a preparation for him to actually receive that dream, to be the right person to have that dream.
All right, because sometimes at a certain point in our life we may not be ready to receive something. So this is part of a journey leading up to it.
It's a journey kind of show.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's from how this guy, I mean, him meaning Joseph. So Justin here plays Joseph. So how he had this dream, and it seemed like a good idea at first, but then it turned out really sour and bad, and things, a series of events, strange people. Fast forward, dream comes to pass, but and along the way, of course, there's the tailor, which is played by none other than Darren over here. So this tailor guy kind of like guides Joseph through this journey through dreams. And he appears every once in a while, and when they first meet, he doesn't really know what to make of him. Right? He's like, who's this guy?
The mysterious man who appears out of nowhere.
But you know who you're reminding me of right now? Pierce Brosnan.
Oh wow!
From Tailor. You know that movie Tailor of Panama?
Tailor of Panama, yeah, that's right.
The white suit.
Exactly, dapper. I love Pierce Brosnan, by the way. You know,
so do I. Remington Steele,
Exactly.
That's exactly the look we were going for, and we nailed it, man.
So that was the inspiration, that kind of look and feel, right? That suaveness that he has.
It's a different look.
Now, this seems to be a very philosophical kind of play with the life of Joseph is taking a lot of different turns based on the dreams and the different wardrobe that he's wearing. Are these kind of personal philosophical questions and growths, or are they something based on your lives in general?
I guess when I wrote it, I wrote it about 6 years ago, and I kind of saw this. The story of Joseph is not my story. It's something we took from an older story, and I thought about this, how Joseph, in his journey, was put on different garments of clothes. Like he starts off being like a favorite son, so he has this really colorful robe, and then he moves on to fall into a pit, and then he's sold as a slave. So he puts on the slave's clothes, and then at the end of the day he has the royal clothes and his royal wardrobe kind of thing, and it's just it's kind of like an analogy, a symbolism of how all of us go through different seasons. All of us have put on different garments, different clothes, and not all comfortable, but all kind of like contributing to where we are right now.
Right.
And it all makes sense. It all sums up, and we are in this place where we wouldn't have been this person if it weren't for the good times.
Correct.
And it wouldn't have been for the bad times.
That's
so it makes us who we
Hence the title, the Tailor Made Man.
Absolutely.
And how sometimes, you know, wearing the right clothes at the wrong place or the wrong clothes at the right place can make a difference.
Yeah.
Like you
Exactly.
said, sometimes it's not comfortable.
Yeah, it's not comfortable.
It doesn't quite sit with you.
Absolutely.
However, but where is it set though? Where's the setting?
Well, when I started the story, I thought, hey, why don't we give the audience something different? I mean, not something you've seen on a day-to-day kind of thing. And I thought, what has the Malaysian audience not seen yet on stage? Well, I can't say what the Malaysian audience, but what I have not seen yet. And I thought, hey, steampunk. That's something that's not been done before. Steampunk is... do you know the term?
Yes, it's like Gothic industrial Victorian era.
Yes. So it's modern, but with old gadgets and Victorian, like you said, and it's not easy to achieve. No. But I have a great team, I must say, that they really impressed me time and time again. I told them that I want this look, and the costume, the makeup, the animation, I mean, the whole works, they just come together really, really nicely. And steampunk, that's where it's set. It's not, if you're asking me where exactly and in a place and time, not really there. I can't really say that there's a place and time for that.
It's an implaceable time period.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Justin, how does it feel playing such a character? And it's such an amazing set.
It is actually quite challenging because there's a lot of emotion involved. When Joseph goes through different seasons in life, there's a season of, he started off as an arrogant young boy and believe in his dreams. I have to play that, the arrogant young boy.
What did you say?
Sorry.
It still is.
Still is.
No, I guess it's not.
And then along the way, he goes through a humbling process where setbacks happen, disappointments happen. So there's a lot of emotions involved, frustrations, bitterness, feeling alone, feeling like he's having delays in his life. But at the end of the day, the story ended in restoration and how he forgives his brothers and he is stepping into his destiny.
Excellent. Do you connect personally with this character's journey?
Yeah, actually I do connect because in my personal life as well, I go through setbacks and challenges. We all go through challenges, and therefore I believe the challenges that I go through is also in a way, preparing me to be able to play out this role. So that I can really connect.
And just now we also saw some visuals of that whole steampunk. Amazing.
Thank you.
Is this a production that we can expect to see lots of pageantry and props and sets and visual stuff like this, or do we suspend our disbelief and really just juxtapose ourselves inside the play?
Unlike most theatre scenes where they go with a minimalist approach, we have quite a heavy prop.
So you have money, huh?
Yeah. I don't know what the money bit, but we've been creative. We have a great creative team.
You probably noticed there's a lot of garbage bins that are now empty. So we've recycled. We've just put the whole idea of recycling. So it's not about the money. It's resourcefulness.
Resourcefulness, repurposing things.
That's right.
What about yourself, preparing for the dreamlike role? Anything in particular that you had to do?
Again, I've played many roles over time, but this has been probably the first. Again, it's been quite challenging because it's not what I usually do, and this character, the dreamer, has to be somebody who's like in a sense a guide, as we mentioned earlier, and is mysterious and yet somebody who's stable, strong, everything that in real life you're probably not. But you had probably had to take the time to compose yourself and just imagine yourself being outside of this whole scene, and yet kind of like watching down over the whole thing, and basically just looking down and saying, I'm here for you, and that's how I appear. So I basically stitch this whole or weave this whole story together based on the interaction that I have with the main character, which is Joseph. So in that preparation, I've had to look at different types of people, different types of characters, and basically put it all together and come up with somebody that would suit this so-called tailor. in that sense. So it's been pretty challenging.
Different scenarios. Yeah.
Being such a catalyst for the change in the life of the character as well. Do you find that you get to really embrace and push those changes, or are you just kind of like your character maintains throughout the whole thing?
Are you
one even
observer?
Yes.
Or
an active catalyst?
I'm actually an active catalyst, and at some parts of the play, I'm actually an observer. So you know, I don't show up all the time.
You observe what you catalysted, is that right?
Yes.
You observe what you
catalyze.
okay.
Yeah. So that's the beauty of the whole thing, where you actually get to. It's like a designer where you put something into play. You know, you've created something, and then you step back and you just watch it. You know, watch it move forward. You know, and so that's I guess that's the satisfaction that Tailor gets out of the whole. You know.
Now, it has been quoted as one of the most elaborate plays ever staged at PJ Live Arts. Now, why do you think this is so?
Actually, we were told that they've had
one of our early meetings with PJLA, we told them, okay, they asked, as a director, what do you envision, what do you want to do? And when we sat and I told them, okay, this is the amount of a cast, this is what we plan to do, this is the props that we have, and they're like, wow, that's not been done before in PJLA. And that kind of stuck. I said, yeah, we're going to market it that way. They call it the most elaborate play in PJLA thus far. But yeah, I mean, speaking to them, it's quite an ambitious task. And but one I think that we are really, really pleased to embark on. Definitely. So yeah, most elaborate in that sense. In a sense also because we are mixing, props is one, the costumes are there, and the cast is about 41 cast members, about give and take. So every one of them have to look that kind of steampunk kind of feel to keep the consistency and all. And also, we have like the dreams we talked about. It's going to be presented in the form of animations.
Excellent.
Right.
Wow.
Okay. And that was interesting as well because I had different teams working on it, and the animation, I told them you don't need to be consistent. You don't have to stick to one look because different people dream different ways. Some dream in black and white, some dream in color, some dream weird, funny shapes. So then just go crazy and be creative with it, and they came back with that. So that's that element as well. And as you can see from the picture that's on screen right now, the colorful array of characters that we have, and we're just we're just running with that.
This whole cosmopolitan cast, you know, we're ranging from different nationalities, age groups.
I love that. You guys must have taken a long time to prep and get everything sorted out in terms of animation, directions, cast for 41 people.
Yeah, it's about 7 years.
It's 3 months a long time.
3 months. We only had quite short actually.
It's short, but I mean doable.
Very much so.
Doable with no sleep.
But the team is really dedicated.
I have to say that the actors, we have very dedicated actors who really took up the role. Even if, like for example, Tailor, his personality is completely opposite from what he's acting.
You mean you don't usually dress like this? No.
Only on the weekends.
Usually it's just, you know, underwear. No, I mean,
he did not say that.
So then what can the people expect from Tailor Made Man when they go and see this? Is it something that's very straightforward, or is it something that's going to take a little bit of understanding?
There's both actually. If you look at it, there's a straightforward story. But if you notice, especially the scenes where the Tailor has a conversation with Joseph, there's an underlying meaning to it. And I think people can relate to it. It's sort of like a message to the people as well. So there's both. Just the story about Joseph and also that underlying message to
What we try and go is for a story that actually you can just sit down, sit back, relax, and it kind of flows as a story.
At face value,
But if you choose to go deeper, and if you choose to really engage with the character and kind of like place yourself in that situation, then there's more. It's more enriching, and there's more that comes out of that. So but even if you're just wanting something easy and light, just sit down and watch.
And just enjoy it. Fantastic. And watch you in your fabulous clothes. Well, thank you so much for coming and joining us here on the show. I wish you all the best for your big, fabulous production.
Thank you.
And I hope we can make it.
Please do. This weekend.
I would love to come share. So it's this weekend. Make sure we go and check out the PJ Live Arts Center. In the meantime, we're going to go back in time a little bit.
Exactly. Now, do any of you, have you been to this
Colosseum?
The Colosseum?
Yes.
You have?
The one in Gale.
Yes.
They have the good steaks and the...
Exactly.
The theatrical elements.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think what a lot of people